This is Andrew Dugill with Hoffman Realty Tampa Property Management, and this is part 4 in our blog of helpful tips for landlords: how to evict a tenant in Tampa by a local property manager. And in part 1 we discussed alternatives to eviction. In part 2 we talked about preparing for an eviction. In part 3 we discussed how to file an eviction, and in this part I want to discuss what happens once you prevail in court. So the judge has just signed off your eviction and you've prevailed in court. What do you do next? Well, you need to get the tenants out, and to do that you need what's called a writ of possession. And to get a writ of possession you need to pay the sheriff to do that. The sheriff will post a writ on the property telling the tenants they need to move, and then a few days later they'll contact you and ask you to meet them down at the property so they can hand back possession to you. So normally a couple of things are going to happen. The tenants will have moved out when the writ was served on them, and all you're doing is going to the property, you're changing the locks and perhaps cleaning and throwing away some of the garbage the tenants have left, and it's nice and clean. Or what if your tenants haven't moved out? You know, it's usually a good idea just to keep an eye on your property once the writ's been served to see if they're moving out or not. If it doesn't look like they're moving out, when the sheriff calls, you should hire a couple of laborers to head over to the house with you, because the sheriff's going to go in, throw them out, and then what you've got to do as a landlord, you've got to remove all of their possessions and take them to the curb so you can change the locks to actually complete the eviction. This is Andrew Dugill with Hoffman Realty Tampa Property Management, and if you've got questions about the blog today, I'd be happy to hear from you.